Good morning. Good to see you back again. We got Honey, the Great Pyrenees and Collie mix. She's my sweetheart. She watches the farm carefully all night long. Nothing ever hurts our chickens because we got Honey. So what I wanted to talk about today was kind of a continuation of yesterday, where we're working real hard to remove the runaway thoughts, the thoughts about fear, anxiety, worries, all that sort of thing. And we want to catch them and just check them out, see what they're all about. And you can go so far as to begin a journal. What is happening? What are you thinking about? And that's what I did. I would write every day what I was feeling. And in the beginning, it was nothing good. It just was a lot of anxiety and terror and nightmares and everything else. I also, Dr. Nash told me to journal my nightmares. And they were every night, all night long. And they began as soon as I had, well, it was the 5th grade when they began. That's my first clear memories. And most of my nightmares were about babies. I would open up a closet door in my dream, and there would be a baby hanging in the closet, and it was almost dead. And then I just went into just this panic to try and save this baby. Or it was this baby that was going into the oven to be baked. It was so much about babies, and I know that a lot of my abuse happened when I was very tiny. And our dreams are pictures of what happens. And I had so many dreams that were written down, and when I went to see Dr. Nash, my psychologist, he would read them over and we would talk about them. And I know he clearly knew what happened, but I didn't have the understanding of what my dreams meant. He never told me the meaning of the dreams. He would encourage me to tell him what I thought they meant. It's important that somebody else doesn't try and take control of that area, because they're your dreams, and you have to kind of come to the knowledge of what they are in your own time. And so beginning a journal of writing what my day was like, a journal for my nightmares, was very, very important. And when I turned 65 and began writing my first book, these journals were very, very helpful. And it's also interesting to look back and to see yourself heal and all the changes that happens. It's very valuable information. But back to Dr. Nash's tools. When I first went in there, I was so uptight. He gave all of us women tools that would help us to relax. And the first one we talked about, diaphragmatic breathing. And that is when you flatten your stomach and you take a deep breath on the count of 4, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. And then release 1001, just like that. Do it about 15 times. And wherever you are, if you're feeling nervous, anxious, filled with fear, this will calm you down. And it also stops panic attacks. And the other thing that was very important, he gave me a tape on progressive muscle relaxation. It was a tape that he did, and it was about 30 minutes long. But nowadays you can go online and you can find one yourself. And what it does is you just lay down in bed. I love doing it. My head was propped up on a pillow so I didn't sleep. And then slowly it takes you through all the different parts of your body where you say you tighten your arms for a certain amount of time and then you relax your arms. And you learn what it feels like to not be tense. And this was new for me. I'd always been tense. I'd always been just totally uptight because I was always just ready to run because of all the fear that I had. Those two, diaphragmatic breathing and progressive muscle relaxation, are fantastic. And if you deal with any nervousness, I totally recommend it. And just do it every day. And you'll start to realize in a situation your body tenses up. And it's like, okay, and you learn how to relax in the situation. It's very powerful. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was when I began to catch all my runaway thoughts. And this is a process, it doesn't happen overnight, it takes a while. And you start removing all the fearful thoughts, the worry thoughts, the anxious thoughts, all the negative thoughts. You got to replace it with something. And at the same time that I was seeing Dr. Nash, I was also going to church. I was a baby Christian, and at Pastor Mark's church and Pastor Pat's church, and I saw this Bible verse one day. And it was a small verse, pray without ceasing. And I studied that, and basically it's having a running conversation with God all day long. You're just tuned in. Whatever is going on, He's a part of it. And I tried it one day, and I needed to go and get some material to make some curtains for shower curtains, and I wanted it to match the bedspread I had. My bedspread was called Picasso, and it had all these beautiful colors in it. So I says, okay, God, let's go shopping. And I prayed that on the way to the store, there'd be lots of room in between me and the other cars. And I noticed on the way there, it was just like a block between in the front and in the back. And when I got close by, I prayed that there would be a parking spot that would be close to the front door. And sure enough, I pulled in and there was one right up front. And I had also prayed to find material that I could make these shower curtains that would blend with the bedspread. And when I walked in the front door of Bed Bath & Beyond, 6 feet in front of me was this bin of clearanced sheets. And don't you know, it was the exact sheets that matched my bedspread. Whew, that gives me goosebumps right now when I talk about it. And I just praise God all the way home, because He shows you these miracles when you're just tuned in with Him. And it isn't like you're just talk constantly. You're just tuned in and you're just saying, God, what should I do here? What do you think? What should I have for lunch? You know, how should I exercise today? You know, just anything that you maybe think with yourself, you just share it with God. And you don't have to speak out loud. It's just in your mind with God. And I found that when I did this, so many miracles would come. It was like He was saying, I hear you. I'm with you. Just keep talking to me. And it strengthened my prayer life immensely, because I just saw how real God was. And I just wanted to know Him more. And I had to be careful during that time, because I was tending to kind of worship Dr. Nash, because he was giving me so much good information. And God had brought Dr. Nash to me. But the person that I needed to worship was God. That was important for me to concentrate, that God was the one. He's the one that was going to heal me. So that's what I wanted to share today. Thank you for the comments. Thanks, Paula. I loved hearing what you had to say. And just tune into God if you're not already. Just make it a great day. Subscribe, like, all that sort of thing. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.